Yo, what's up, everybody? Um, so today I'm here with my call time movie review, also known as the greatest horror movie ever. Okay, so I say that because that's a big like it's essentially the tagline I would say of the movie. Um, so yeah, so this is the new horror movie. Came out on the 20th. So this is the movie that, if you don't know, if you don't follow him, aren't subscribed to him, this is the movie that Tyrone Magnus was promoting. And so yeah, I finally got a chance to rent it. I just finished it as of uh, probably about 10 minutes ago. As you can see right there. Yep. So I've already finished it. Yeah, it's finished it. I just put it back on there. But yeah, just finished it. My initial thoughts. Um, it's 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 low budget. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of pretty much everyone that's in the movie, except for Tyrone Magnus, obviously, and there's one guy. He shows up later in the movie. That I actually seen him in a lot of stuff. So when he showed up in the movie, I was very surprised. I was like, "Oh, that guy's in the movie. I've seen him in a lot of stuff in the past." But yeah. So the basic premise it's a horror movie, slasher movie. It's a basically essentially the film crew of a movie. They go to a small town. It's never disclosed where exactly the town is. The producer puts up the group of it was four people. Was it four? Yeah, it was four people. There's the writer, the director. Um, I think there was the one guy was a co-producer, and the other girl was a some kind of audio engineer. She was an engineer, audio engineer, I believe. And so yeah, it's the story about them four and the producer. He puts them up in his in his granny's house, which kind of looks like those old kind of like I don't know if you guys have been to them, but those kind of like tour houses they have like in they were having like kind of like if you go into like Williamsburg per se, or like Annapolis, kind of old houses that are like kind of like real old like Civil War type houses. They look like tour houses and stuff. So essentially, that's where the movie takes place. And so eventually, it's just a movie about well, what I thought it was going to be was your typical slasher movie. Everyone dies one by one. Um, there's also the joke about the black guy, I'm gonna be the first one to die type thing. When they first see the house, it's like it's kind of old and creepy looking. Um, yeah, it's a lot of there's a few horror. It's not super riddled with horror cliches like your typical slashers, but there are some cliches you see in the movie, especially like early on in the movie. Um, so I guess I'll just go with what I liked about it. I think it was cool to finally see Tyrone, finally see his first, yeah, this his first project that's released. He has that other movie he's doing, that action movie, but this is his first movie that's actually been released. Um, I actually enjoyed it a lot. It's got some humor. It's got it's got the horror, the killing, and all that. There's I don't I like the performances for the most part. There's a character who she shows up in the beginning. You see her. She's the very first person that you see in the movie. I didn't really care for her character at the beginning of the movie, but as the movie goes on, you kind of figure out what her role is, and I kind of understood more like what she was there for. Um, what else? Um, like I said, the performances are good for me. Um, for most everyone. I think the two that stuck out the most were Tyrone's. Not that he did anything really groundbreaking, but I felt like the movie, the direction of the movie, I guess I guess the way they wrote his character, or either that or the way he was acting, it's kind of like he's playing himself to an extent. Like if you've seen his videos, his demeanor, his attitude towards stuff. It's like I was watching him in a YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't watching like I wasn't watching the character per se. I was watching just him. And then the producer, um, which if when you watch the movie, you can tell off the bat that yeah, you'll figure it out when you watch the movie. I didn't really care for him. I think he was a little over the top, kind of. The way he was acting in the movie, like you can tell it's not a secret what the end game is with him. You know what I mean? Um, there's yeah, yeah. So I don't know. This shit's all over the place. I don't really do reviews, so I'm just kind of going off what I. That's why I'm doing an initial reaction because it's all fresh in my mind. I saw it all. I remember what happened. 'Cause I can't really go into details without spoiling it, but just know, yeah, that's what I like. So other than those two performances, Tyrone's and the producer guys, everyone else was cool. I mean, they just played generic, simple, generic, like young college students. Um, yeah. So there's a few things though. So this movie, there's a few scenes in this movie that are like very meta. So I'm just gonna tell you what it is. So in the beginning of the movie, they're in the back of the van. They're riding to where the movie's supposed to be shot, and everyone gets out the car and it's like, oh, they look at the house and like, oh, shoot, okay, whatever, yada yada yada. And then Tyrone Magnus gets out of the damn van, and I shit you not, his character has a Tyrone Magnus T-shirt on, played by Tyrone Magnus. Like that shit is ridiculously meta. Like, like the guy, whoever, yeah, whoever greenlight that was okay. I like that. I like that. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Um, and they made like a reference to Full Sail in the beginning. So they had like a scene where they're like at the dinner table, and the producer guy has everyone stand up and introduce themselves, and two of the characters are from Full Sail. I was like, oh, okay, that's actually a legit school because, I mean, they actually referenced that in the movie, and two of the characters actually went to Full Sail. Like, okay, cool. That's cool too. Um, what else? I'm actually surprised. I was actually surprised of how the story went because the movie's only like an hour and a half, and I was really surprised when like everything went down. Like maybe with like 30 minutes left. Like you would think like, oh, you have half an hour left, right? But usually the shorter the movie, the faster stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like usually shit pops off like maybe like 35, 40 minutes in if it's gonna be that short. You know what I'm saying? If it's like a 2 hour movie, you can hit that 1 hour, 1:15 mark before anything major happens. And I was very surprised. Everything had popping like maybe like 25, 30 minutes to go. I was like, wow, okay, that's. I'm surprised they had that much patience before they started, you know, hit the fan. Um, what else? Um, yeah, I think that's all for what I like. You know what I mean? I think it's a solid movie. Um, I guess the negatives. Um, there's a few things that it's kind of I don't know. These are just pet peeves. Like, so I said I like the little Tyrone Magnus shout out with the T-shirt, but then I'm also like, really, dude, really? Like, okay, I see you trying to promote yourself. There's also like a running thing with the in the movie. So Ethan Shaw, his character, Tyrone Magnus' character, Ethan Shaw, he's the director. So apparently this running, um, there's a I don't know what you call it, like a not a side story, but there's like there's a reoccurring I guess theme or element in the movie with him trying to contact his wife and kid back at home, but he can never get cell reception. But it just kind of throws me off because like it's not like you're in the middle of nowhere. Like they were clearly in a neighborhood. Maybe it's in a smaller town where there's not as much, but the population isn't as dense. But it just never made sense the why he had so much cell phone reception issues. Because it's not like they're like in the cabin in the woods type thing. You know, they're in the middle of a cul-de-sac, and not cul-de-sac, but like the boonies, like the kind of just out there in the middle of nowhere. Not middle of nowhere, but you know what I mean. Like maybe you're probably like 10 miles from a major city type thing. Like you still, you know what I'm saying? Like you still within civilization. You know what I mean? You still got they still have electricity, the phones work. You just didn't have like internet access, I guess. With like that kind of throws me off because like the movie's set in the present day, so it's not like you can't get any of that out there. It's just it won't be that great, but he was really struggling to get a signal there. I don't know. That's just something I picked up on. Um, and I guess the main the ma- I guess the so there's two villains or maybe just one. It's like a I guess it's more like a villain and a henchman type thing. So the henchman the henchman is supposed to come off as like just the brute force of the group of the duo. So it's like there's always a leader and a follower when those types of duos. Like I said, I didn't really like her like the first half of the movie because it was like she's supposed to come off as creepy, right? But she came off as weird, and creepy and weird aren't always the same. You know what I'm saying? You can be creepy and not weird, and you can be weird but not creepy. You know what I mean? Like they don't always go hand in hand. That was the problem I had. She was more weird than creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't until the last 30 minutes where everything popped off, and he's like, "Oh, okay, she's actually a threat." And then, like I said, the main antagonist, like I said, it was kind of a dead giveaway who he was going to be right when he popped on the screen. So instead of like anticipating like, oh, who's going to do what, you kind of anticipating when he's going to do it. You know what I mean? Like you already know who's who. You're just waiting for the inevitable end game. Um, and see, yeah, I think that's about it. Like I didn't really have too many issues. Like I said, it's a standard like low budget, um, simple popcorn flip. Some you turn on like I did tonight on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Some you just want to watch and just turn your brain off and get some laughs and see some, some people get chopped up or whatever. Um, I will say this one thing. Um, Make sure you watch the whole movie. There's not. I'm not talking about like an end game, like an end credit type thing, but there's a very like I thought that was a very cool twist that they did at the end, which I actually liked a lot. That was really cool. So yeah, uh, if I had to rate Call Time out of 5 stars, I'll give it like a three. Give it like a 3.6, 3.6, 3.7, because you know what I mean it's not horrible, but I can't give it a four. A four is like really good. You know what I'm saying? Like damn near great. I think this movie was good. You know, wasn't the greatest thing, but I liked it, so that's the grade I give it. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you guys in the comments down below, you know, let me know if you're going to check this out. If you're not going to check it out, you know, let me know if you're a fan of Tyrone, if you subscribe to him, watch his videos, and yeah, just let me know what you think. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna head on out. Peace.